it fly out like a spaceship. I don't catch L's, I'm a spaceship. Rocket power through the vein ship. OTP.
Hey guys, so for today's video, I thought I would do a sort of like a twist on my Bad and Bougie on a Budget videos. I thought instead of talking about buying stuff, today we could make designer clothing items. When I didn't have enough money to buy something, I would just make it myself. I would rummage through my basement and my old clothes for fabrics, buttons, tape, glue, literally whatever I could find to make what I wanted. These DIYs are pretty simple, don't worry, you don't have to be an expert. The first thing that we have is a Saint Laurent item. So what we're going to be remaking is these Saint Laurent YSL stockings, which retail for $350. With the amount of money that I spent on the supplies to make this, I only spent $6. And it honestly, this is going to take like 15, maybe 20 minutes at the most to do. The first thing you're going to need, obviously, is a pair of stockings. You might already actually have these in your closet, so if you do, perfect. But most of mine have runs in them, so I just decided to get a new pair. I picked mine up at Target. They were $4. You can get these at Walmart. You can honestly maybe even get them at the dollar store. The next thing you're going to need is some rhinestones. The ones I'm going to be using for the stockings already have sticky stuff on the back, so they're kind of like stickers. You don't need glue for them. 100% don't recommend using glued on rhinestones. Use the ones that already have sticky stuff. It's going to make it 10 times easier, 10 times less messy. Just don't. These are only $2 at the craft store, so that's great. It's $150, so I have enough even if I mess up. I actually have a picture of like what it looks like on the stocking. I'm just going to copy that exact. What I just did was I actually put the stocking on my foot, so that way I placed a little marker where I know where to start, so that I know where on my ankle exactly it's going to end up being.
Yeah, rocket power through the vein ship. Yeah, OTP like I done ship. Zoom, see I fly right through the room. See I touch down on the moon. See I really wanna make room, but I gotta run like zoom. Two on the ground, two on the 10, two on the roof like zoom. In my zone.
Wow, okay, that was simple. That was easy. That literally took like 10 minutes. It looks so good. It looks like the actual one. So the next item that we're going to be recreating is an Alexander Wang skirt. I found the skirt on forward.com or FWRD. I saw this Alexander Wang skirt. It was super cute. So it's basically a denim skirt with the striped button-up shirt already sewn into the bottom. So I have both of my items here. I have both my denim skirt. This is from BDG. I got mine from Urban Outfitters. I just already had this one. If you have a denim skirt, obviously you could use that. You can thrift one. You can get a denim skirt from Forever 21, H&M, pretty much anywhere. I thrift a lot of my denim skirts, but I like them the way that they are. This one's a little bit big on me. So I didn't really care about like doing a DIY on it. If you want to copy the design exact, get one that is cut off at the bottom like this. Plus I think it would just make the design look a lot better. If you do have a denim skirt that's seamed at the bottom, just take some scissors, cut it off, and just distress it, throw it in the wash. And then I have this blue and white striped button-up shirt. This is just one of my own personal ones. I thrifted for like $2. Super simple. At first I was going to get fabric like this and just sew it around the base, but if you look at the actual skirt, I'll put a picture on the screen, it's shaped like the bottom of a shirt, like it's sort of rounded out, which I'm not a sewing professional, that's gonna be kind of hard for me. It's easier just to kind of sew a straight line. So I was like, I'll just cut the base of this off, sew it on the bottom of the skirt. It's literally that simple. Don't worry, if you don't know how to sew, I'm going to tell you what else you can do. I'm personally going to sew this. I think it's just the most effective way. Sort of if you just want it to last longer, look a little bit more professional, I would recommend sewing if you know how to do that. If you know how to hand sew, you could do that as well. But you could honestly get like a hot glue gun or E6000 glue, or preferably a fabric glue, and do basically the same steps I'm going to do, but instead of sewing, fabric glue it around the base of the inside of the skirt and the shirt. You could do that as well. You could do honestly whatever you feel like works for you, whatever you have. If you have like sticky Velcro, double side Velcro that. You can do whatever you feel like would work. Back in high school, that makes me sound like I'm 34. So in my senior year of high school, I actually took a fashion class, and I thought in the fashion class you were gonna learn how to sew. Turns out you had to already know how to sew to take the class. So I taught myself in like 3 days how to sew. So yeah, did you get that dad joke? I'm gonna fold the shirt all even and then I'm gonna cut it. Now pretty much 97% of things in my life, I just kind of wing it. So I'm sorry if what I'm doing is like not the correct, perfect way to do it. But, you know, you just go with what works and what makes sense, you know? When you sew stuff, you gotta sew it inside out. So flip your skirt inside out and we're just gonna completely pin this thing around the edge and then sew it on.
See I fly right through the room. See I touch down on the moon. See I really wanna make room, but I gotta run like Zoo.
So this is now sort of just what it should look like once it's done. I just have my straight seam in the back, but when you turn it inside out, it's just going to look like this. It's just going to look like the shirt's coming in from underneath.
2 on the ground, 2 on the 10, 2 on the roof, like Zoo. In my Zoom shit. You say I get it, I know what I'm on. You say I'm clueless.
Okay, and there we go. That was pretty easy. It didn't even take me more than 25 minutes to do. We've got our Alexander Wang inspired skirt. I did actually keep 2 little buttons on the front. You can see them at the bottom, which of course the Alexander Wang skirt doesn't have buttons, but I mean, that's just how mine turned out. The third thing that I'm going to be creating is probably the easiest thing. This is a blouse that I also found on the Forward website. It's from J.W. Anderson, and it was a super pretty like white button-up blouse dress, which you've known I've worn these before. I love them, but this one had these sort of like long black like wraps around the wrist. I thought it was a cool detail. For the price of the blouse, I was like, that's something I could very easily do on my own. I picked up a white button-up dress. From the craft store, I picked up just plain black fabric. I got something that had like a little bit of stretch in it and something that looked like it would just flow nicely. I just tried to get something as close to her fabric as possible so that when it hung down off your wrist, it would flow better than something more stiff, you know? So this was like $5 for the yard of fabric. I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna keep it pretty thick because hers weren't like super thin strips, like they were actually pretty thick. I don't really use like exact measurements, so I'm sorry if you really like using exact measurements. I measure nothing.
You say I'm clueless, I know what I've done. I didn't want no slow songs in my joint, but you keep moving.
Okay, so basically what I did was I just cut strips of the fabric. It's a little very uneven. It's very uneven. But at least we have long strips. I don't even really need to show you what I did because it's so simple. So I took the shirt. You don't really need to do anything to your button-up shirt. And basically just tied in a bow around the sleeves. That's all it honestly really is.
But you keep moving me until I'm gone. Take it fly out like a spaceship. I don't catch L's, I'm a spaceship. Rocket power through the vein ship. OTP like I done shit. Take it fly out like a spaceship.
Okay, so those are the 3 DIYs that I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to see more like designer remake DIYs, make sure to give this video a thumbs up to let me know. Maybe I can do like a little series on this. Really quickly, I did want to notify you guys though, normally this would be the time in the video when I would be like, I post 2 videos a week, Tuesday and Fridays, but I'm actually going back to just doing Fridays now. I know it's kind of a bummer, but being the perfectionist that I am, I put so much time and energy into my videos that I felt like doing 2 videos a week was just not working out for me, so I'm going back to just doing Fridays. But anyways, I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. So yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.